Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, inshallah, today I'm going to walk you through the process of creating your Halal Islamic Will with Manzil. So, inshallah, let's get started. Bismillah. If you haven't already created an account with Manzil, make sure you start there. So, just visit our website on manzil.ca, and in our menu items under services, you'll find wills. So, you can read through all the details here. Once you're ready, you would click on Create My Will. Now, if you don't have an account with Manzil, you'll be taken straight to your Create Your Manzil account page, which is about 3 screens. You want to create an account, and then we'll send you an email verification. Make sure you check your email and spam, verify your email, and then log back into go to manzil.ca, log into your dashboard, and you'll get in. Since I already have an account, I can just log in directly. So I'm just going to log in with my Manzil account here. And once you're in the dashboard, you'll notice a Halal Will tile right here. So let's make sure we grab a highlighter for you guys. So you would see this tile right here and click on Create My Will. Now this would bring you to the sign up page on muslimwill.ca. Now remember that Manzil actually acquired Muslim Will, so it's our company and domain now. But we are in the process of transferring everything over to our main domain and improving the user experience, inshallah. But until then, you would be brought to this page where you would actually create your account again. So here you would create an account. I'm just going to use a new email. Forget to check this box right here and submit. And that will actually bring you into the dashboard. This is where you manage editing your will and your subscription information here. So here, the Create My Will button is where you would start. And this would kick off the process of actually creating your will, which is about an 8-step process. It begins with collecting some personal details. So I'm just going to go through that. This is how the information will appear on your main will document. So make sure your name is exactly how you want it there. Legally, of course. And then here you would select, like, obviously, I'm just going to use fictitious information here, but you know what to do. And I'm a male. Here for address, you just set up your address. Don't worry too much about madhab selection because the differences are usually within the details of the details. So you can select no preference, or if you know your madhab, that's fine. You can select whatever it is and continue. Now, I'm going to keep this simple for the sake of this example. So I'm just going to put a wife, list a wife, and one son for the sake of this example. So we can set a guardian. I'll ensure that my son is under the age of 18. We're going to go ahead and click continue. If you have any secondary relatives, make sure you list them all on here. And this is where you actually start inputting the information. You can see we're about halfway through the process already, and within just a couple of minutes or so. So I'm going to go ahead, just add some, again, fictitious information here. And there we go. And for phone number. Again, these are optional, as you can tell, but you can, if you have the information, add it. And for my son, I just want to, let's say, I don't know, Cammy. And then here for date of birth, I just want to keep him a minor. So I'm just going to do like 2015 and set it for October 8th. And keep these empty. And we're off to the trustee page. So here, this is the person that will execute your will, someone you trust to execute your will exactly as it's listed. And you can add a secondary trustee in case the primary one is not available at the time of your passing. So here, I'm going to go ahead and just add my wife's name that I listed. These are all optional, as you can see here. So you can move pretty quickly. Remember, you can always go back and edit your will. So I would actually go through the process completely, and then you can always edit it as you please. Secondary trustee, if you want one. For the sake of this example, we're just going to proceed. And this brings you to the guardian. Very important here. Whom do you want to appoint as the guardian of your minor children? A minor is a child who has not yet attained the age of 18 years of age in Ontario. Now, these are very useful because they go into a bit more details, these bubbles, question bubbles. And because here your spouse is the best to be your children's guardian, obviously. However, if your spouse is not available, then you need to appoint someone else you trust to be the legal guardian for your children. It's very important to list this. And after you do so, I'm just going to list my wife on there as well. And there's our guardian. Now, once we have our guardian in there, you can continue. And as you can see, you can set a secondary guardian here. And bequests. So bequests are to non-heirs. So you must enter a fraction to a maximum of 1/3 of your estate. So if you do not wish to give a bequest, select no. Now, some of you might think, well, I don't know who I'm going to, set up bequest to, or, I don't have the details of the charity maybe at this time. And I recommend reading through this bubble. It's helpful, this informational bubble. But overall, what I would recommend, if you're not sure, because you can always edit this, I can add the beneficiary if you know them, and it's pretty straightforward and simple. And here's the shares up to 1/3, because that's within Islamic jurisprudence. That's what's allowed for non-heirs before the split is made. But if you're not sure, just set it up as no. Don't stop here or come back to it later, and then you might forget to complete the process because you're almost there. So you can always say no here, change it later, continue, and that will bring you to the checkout page, where you pay $99.99 plus tax for the will one time, and then after a year from today's date, when you pay, you would be charged $12 every year. That's about $1 a month to edit and manage your will and change it up in the future as you deem necessary. So go ahead and select the plan here. This is private information, so I'm not going to list it, but your name, your card number, expiry date, postal zip code. Don't forget to check off this mark or it won't go through. And then if you have a coupon code with a discount, you can put it there and click on buy now. After you do that, you would be taken to if everything goes smooth with the purchase and the credit card, you will be taken to your dashboard where you can see print or edit your will. So you can print it and see what it's like. Check out the 2 pages for assets and liabilities that you fill later, which helps expedite the process of creating the will. So as you can tell, this has been about 7 minutes. So it shouldn't take you longer than about 10 minutes, maybe 15 max if you have a large family. And then that's pretty much it. Once you have your will, you can always, again, sign in, go to muslimwill.ca with your username, password, sign in to edit it as you deem fit. Jazakumullah khair for your time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.